Have you ever imagined the existence of a power so silent and imposing, forgotten even in the oldest books, capable of bending the fate of even the gods themselves? Well, know this. Óreas, the guardian of the mountains, is not just another myth lost in the mists of Olympus. He is the ignored key figure who secretly shaped the very fate of the immortals. What if I told you that everything you believe about the balance between humans, nature, and divinities is perhaps completely wrong? For centuries, we've celebrated heroes and monsters, but we've neglected the one whose presence is so constant and vital that we've learned to overlook it. Get ready. Discovering Óreas is like opening a crack in the very rocks of reality. In just a few minutes, you'll see the Greek mythical universe in a new light and wonder, why hasn't anyone told you this before? Óreas was born at the dawn of the world, not from the womb, but from the encounter between Gaia, Mother Earth, and the intangible forces of primordial chaos. He emerged as Uranus, the sky, rose above the earth, laying the foundations of the universe and shaping the world's first contours. His existence personifies the mountain itself, solid, eternal, and indomitable. An immutable landmark amidst the fluid chaos of creation. His lineage is ancient and powerful, son of Gaia, the nurturer of all life, and chaos, the formless and limitless essence of the primordial cosmos. Óreas is the brother of Pontos, who represents the sea, and of Uranus, who personifies the sky, forming together the foundation of the most imposing elements of the archaic universe. Each symbolizes a fundamental domain: land, sea, and sky. In the context of Greek cosmogony, mountains are seen as pillars of the firmament, rising before gods and titans. Therefore, Óreas precedes the titans themselves, being among the first children of Gaia. His role is that of support and silent witness to the birth of the world, where everything was still promise and potential awaiting form. Óreas has always played the role of guardian of natural boundaries, standing as an immutable frontier between diverse realms. Its crests mark the separation between the territories of gods and mortals, serving as a stage for observation and epic battles fought on high. It was from its summits that the divine would perch to contemplate the world and decide its destinies. During the Titans' revolt against Olympus, Óreas stood firm, refusing to allow Kronos' armies to cross his barriers. Unmoved by the rebels' hubris, he offered impartial refuge to exiled gods and sheltered fabulous creatures in his hidden caves and valleys. Thus, the mountains became a sanctuary, where only the persistent could survive or hide. Throughout the ages, countless legends tell of Óreas' role as a shelter for persecuted mortals and heroes. It was in its depths that figures like Prometheus endured suffering, chained to the Caucasus, one of the many faces of Óreas on Earth. Its rocks have testified to courage, endurance, and sacrifice, becoming a symbol of perseverance and the immortal mystery of the mountains. Óreas, always neutral in disputes between gods, cultivates deep ties with Gaia, from whom he inherited the strength and duty to shelter all creatures. He also maintains a silent affinity with Hestia, goddess of the hearth and sacred fire. Both are pillars of stability and permanence in the world, sharing the role of guardians of refuge and order. In the realm of affection, legends tell of the love of Echo, the mountain nymph, for the stability of Óreas. From this coexistence sprang singular creatures: wild goats, eagles that soar the sky between the peaks, and the spirits of the mist, children of both rock and breeze, living testaments to the union between the immutable and the ethereal. Óreas also lives in eternal tension with Pontos, the sea, whose fury carves landslides and chasms into the mountainsides in a savage rivalry. Despite the conflict, it is from the dance between stone and water that the contours of the Hellenic world emerge, where borders are endlessly destroyed and recreated. The metamorphosis of the peaks reveals how Óreas, the deity of the mountains, directly reflects the balance or disruption of the cosmos. When the gods live in harmony, their slopes are filled with lush vegetation, crystal clear waters, and abundant life, becoming a serene haven for all beings. In peaceful times, glowing caves and gentle trails emerge among the rocks, facilitating the passage of travelers and shepherds. Each mossy shoot or mountain flower denotes the life force radiating from divine order. Thus, Óreas becomes a living symbol of the fertility and prosperity born of peace among the immortals. However, during periods of celestial discord, its shape changes drastically, acquiring harsh contours and abyssal fissures. Great canyons and new chasms mark its vast coasts, created by battles between gods or by violent natural conflicts. Storms churn the rocks and open deep scars, challenging even the most fearless to cross its land. In this phase, Óreas shows its implacable face, serving as a constant reminder of the price of divine conflict. Its rough, fragmented appearance holds in every crack the memory of the wars that shook the universe. Thus, Óreas's metamorphosis faithfully follows the pulse of the world, witnessing eras of creation and destruction. He is both a protective wall and a colossal obstacle, depending on the cosmic currents of the moment. Its changes do not go unnoticed by mortals, who adapt myths and rituals to the mountain's new features, seeking protection or respect. With each transformation, Óreas reaffirms its ancestry and its inseparable connection to the fate of gods and men. Ultimately, it remains a living record of the eternal cycle between stability and transformation. Óreas, as an archetype of permanence, became more than a mythical being. He was elevated to the status of an unshakable symbol of strength and constancy. In antiquity, it was common for indispensable oaths to be sealed before his mountains, considered eternal witnesses between gods and men. His silent presence inspired confidence and commanded respect for any treaty or promise. The very echo of his name evoked the idea of fidelity and eternity, central values in Greek culture. In this sense, Óreas became an inescapable reference of stability and truth. In Greek daily life, Óreas's influence was felt in rituals, festivals, and religious practices held at the foot and top of mountain. Caves under its protection served as oracles, where people sought answers to important dilemmas, and were also seen as the sources of sacred rivers. Shepherds, travelers, and hermits paid homage and made offerings to him, recognizing him as a source of endurance and ancestral wisdom. Contact with the mountain was synonymous with purification, renewal, and openness to the sacred. Thus, Óreas immersed himself in everyday life as a spiritual guardian and intermediary between the human and the divine. Óreas's legacy transcended rituals and traditions, forming the symbolic basis for respect for nature present throughout Greek mythology. His image, engraved on coins and myths, even influenced other gods linked to the mountain, such as Zeus, worshipped on Mount Olympus. Óreas embodied the message that nature must be revered, for it emanates an ancient force capable of surpassing even the gods themselves. Therefore, not only rocks and peaks, but the entire relationship between the divine and the earthly carried his immortal spirit. His presence remains the foundation of balance and order in the Greek worldview. So, what did you think of Óreas's impact on the fate of the gods themselves? This is just part of the saga. There are many more secrets to be unearthed among the mysterious mountains of mythology. Tell me in the comments, were you already familiar with Óreas's story, or did any of these twists surprise you? Be sure to tune in to the next chapters to discover how this ancient plot unfolds and uncover the true role of the forgotten forces of the ancient world. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way you'll ensure you don't miss any new revelations from this journey through mythology. See you in the next episode.